This is a town known as one of the strangest places in America. Eureka Springs, Arkansas, and towering over it all is the Crescent Hotel, dubbed America's most haunted hotel. A place that has witnessed the horrifying stories of thousands who perished there. Our story begins in 1879 when Eureka Springs was founded. People flocked here for one reason: magic water. Legends said the mineral springs here could miraculously cure everything from eye problems to kidney disease. This boom in visitors led to an urgent need for high-class lodging. And so in 1886, the Crescent Hotel was born. It was built by the Eureka Improvement Company for a staggering cost at the time of $294,000, over $10 million today. Architect Isaac S. Taylor designed it in a style combining French Renaissance and Richardsonian Romanesque. Uniquely, the building was constructed of limestone fitted so perfectly that no mortar was needed to hold it together. The grand opening on May 20th, 1886 was a massive event, with 600 guests from 6 different states. It was the golden age, the pinnacle of luxury. Unfortunately, the golden age didn't last. Interest in Eureka Springs waned, and the hotel was later converted into the Crescent College and Conservatory for Young Women in 1908, but that too closed in 1924 due to lack of funds. Another attempt to open a junior college in the 1930s also failed during the Great Depression. And in its most desperate hour, the hotel fell into the hands of a monster in human form. In 1937, a man named Norman Baker bought the hotel and turned it into the Baker Cancer Clinic. Who was Norman Baker? He was a millionaire, an inventor, a radio personality, but most importantly, he was not a doctor. He was a charlatan. Baker claimed to have a cure-all for cancer without surgery. He called it Formula 5. Desperate patients from all over the country flocked here, bringing their life savings in hopes of being saved. But what was the truth about Formula 5? It was just a useless mixture of alcohol, glycerol, carbolic acid, ground watermelon seeds, corn silk, and clover leaves. He injected this into patients up to 7 times a day. What makes people hate Norman Baker most isn't just the fraud, but the systematic cruelty. He painted the entire hospital lavender to match his eccentric purple suits and car. He left victims waiting for the end in a gaudy purple room, while a sick man injected them with poison and took their very last dime. The hotel basement, once a utility area, was turned by Baker into a makeshift morgue. He kept bodies in the walk-in freezer. There are no exact records of how many died here, but estimates suggest at least 42 people perished in just the 2 years he operated. Justice finally arrived in 1940 when Baker was arrested for mail fraud and sentenced to 4 years in prison. But it seems pain and death had seeped deep into the limestone walls of the hotel. In 2019, evidence of this fake doctor's cancer surgeries was even found, along with many hidden jars carefully buried. And from this point on, inexplicable spiritual stories increased dramatically. There are creepier reports from room 218 of this hotel. Many guests say they have heard sounds of a man screaming from the ceiling, seen blood appearing on walls in visions, or even seen a man fall through the ceiling and vanish. Some have even seen hands coming out of the bathroom mirror. This is believed to be the manifestation of the most famous spirit here, Michael, an Irish stonemason who helped build the hotel in the 1880s. He fell to his death right where room 218 is now. Michael is a bit mischievous, especially with women. Many female guests report feeling someone touch their shoulder, or scarier. Yet seeing the shower curtain pull back while they are washing, even though no one else is in the room. Besides Michael, most other spirits come from the tragedy of that fake hospital. Notable is Theodora in room 410. She is thought to be a cancer patient, often seen fumbling for her keys outside the room. She usually introduces herself as Dr. Baker's patient. before vanishing after a few pleasantries. In the old basement morgue area, people often hear the squeaky wheels of a gurney believed to be a ghostly nurse, pushing patients. A maintenance worker even witnessed all the washers and dryers in the laundry room next to the old morgue turn on by themselves in the middle of the night. And of course, Norman Baker himself hasn't left. He's often seen in the hotel lobby still wearing his white linen suit and signature lavender shirt, looking just like his old photos. The Crescent also holds memories of its golden age. In the crystal dining room, staff encounter strange phenomena. One Christmas morning, they found the large Christmas tree, and all the gifts moved from one end of the room to the other. Even more shocking, dining chairs were arranged in a perfect circle around the tree. A waitress once looked into a large mirror in the dining room and saw the reflection of a couple dressed in Victorian attire appearing as if they were at a wedding. The groom even turned to make eye contact with her before they both vanished. She quit her job immediately after. There's also a man often seen sitting alone near the dining room window. When staff approach, he sadly says, "I saw the most beautiful woman here last night, and I am waiting for her to return before disappearing." Not all ghosts here are scary. Brecky is the spirit of a 4-year-old boy, the son of a hotel doctor who died of appendicitis complications. He is often seen playing with a ball in the second-floor hallway wearing old-fashioned clothes. A cook named Steve Garrison recounted that while working in the kitchen, he looked up and saw a little boy with thick glasses wearing old-fashioned knickers skipping around the kitchen. Another time, Steve turned on the kitchen lights and saw all the pots and pans fly off their hooks. The most beloved ghostly member here is Morris, an orange tabby cat who lived at the hotel for many years and was considered the unofficial general manager. Morris passed away in 1994, and 50 people attended his funeral. Since then, many guests and staff still see or feel Morris patrolling the halls or rubbing against their legs. Morris is considered one of the newest and friendliest ghosts of the hotel. Beyond these named spirits, there are countless other strange experiences at the Crescent. A famous story tells of a couple checking into room 221. As they exited the elevator, a man in a black Victorian suit politely offered to help them find their room. Thinking he was staff, they agreed. He led them to the room, opened the door for them, but didn't enter. Just stood outside, smiling and tilting his head. When the husband turned to tip him, the man had vanished. Strangers still later, when they tried to reopen their door, the key didn't work. At the front desk, they learned they had been mistakenly given the key for room 321, and the hotel had no staff member matching the man they described. Another guide told of a couple on the first floor. On their second night, the husband woke up sweating in the middle of the night, realizing that although they had gone to sleep with just a thin sheet, someone or something had tucked them in with a thick comforter. This happened 3 more times that very night. Today, the Crescent Hotel is bustling. It's been restored to its original architectural beauty after a major fire in 1967 destroyed 75% of the building. It welcomes thousands of guests every year, many hoping for a supernatural experience. It's even been featured on 17 different paranormal TV shows, including Ghost Hunters and Ghost Adventures. During their investigation, Zach Bagans felt ill upon entering the area once known as the pain ward of the old hospital, and they believed they recorded the sound of the gurney in the morgue. So is the Crescent Hotel truly America's most haunted? With layers of history from lavish parties to tragic worker deaths to the ultimate pain of deceived cancer patients, it seems to be a magnet for spiritual energy. If you're ever in Eureka Springs, try staying a night in room 218 or take a walk down to the old morgue. You might meet Michael or hear the nurse's gurney. Just remember, at the Crescent Hotel, you are never truly alone. Thank you for watching this video. What do you think of the story of the Crescent Hotel? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next terrifying stories. Goodbye and see you next time.